Hey, what's up, Dividend Nomads? Welcome back to the channel. Today, I'm going to dive into my portfolio and share with you guys what's going on. To be honest with you, scared to open it because I know it's not good. Everything's been really bad lately. Markets have just been this whole conflict and all the controversy and news about it. Anyway, that's not important. What is important is we're going to dive into this and see what's going on, see how the performance is of this thing. And sorry, I am a little bit sick. I kind of got like a sinus cold going on, so I got some water here beside me, and it's not wine, it's water. Got some water here beside me. But yeah, let's dive into the phone, check out what's going on here. 3, 2, 1, bam. Open up Charles Schwab. Okay, I'll refresh it for you guys. This is, what time is it? It's about 1:30 in the afternoon on Saturday here in China. And you can see my portfolio value has dropped. We're down to $74,612 right now. I've been losing like $1,000 a day on these bad days. But you can see here, yesterday, I lost 1.29%. Or $977. But let's take a look at this. This says I'm down one. Oh, this doesn't show here in the markets. I'm down 1.29%. Let's go see what the markets did, just out of curiosity. I'll refresh this. The S&P was down 1.71. The Nasdaq was down almost 2%, and you can see my portfolio was down 1.29%. So we did better. We were down by less than what the markets were down, and that's because of the strategy that I'm using right now, which is mostly covered call ETFs because they're generating income. So that makes up for some of the losses there, especially like this one right here. XDTE is a zero DTE. So it's like basically daily income, which offsets the losses a bit. So I'm not down as bad as the market. 1,130 shares of XDTE. I do have a lot of cash here in SGov, 150 shares of SGov. This is just kind of my safe haven in the case there is like a major crash that we lose 20 or 30%. I've got cash here and I can deploy it and pick up some really good deals. Next, I have another S&P 500 cover call ETF, but this isn't like a zero DTE. This is just a regular S&P 500 cover call ETF by SPYI or by NEOS. This one is actually really good, but you know the whole market's down, so this is down. And then again, I have S&P 500 via SCHX, which is Schwab's large cap version of like VOO or something like that. This is a new position for me actually when I started investing in this because I wanted some uncapped upside when the market does turn around, which I believe it will. It always turns around eventually. So I'll have some uncapped upside to get that growth because we don't get that with the cover call ETFs. They're capped on the upside. They still go up, but not as much. And so I have one here that's not, a cover call strategy. And then lastly, I do have Maggie here, which is very basically tech heavy. This is the top 7 stocks in the S&P 500. So, but they're all tech stocks. And all these stocks right now in the Magnificent 7 are beat up very badly. I don't think any of them are less than 10% down from their highs. They're all 10%, 15%, 20% down from their highs. So these are all beat up very badly. And I think when money comes back to the market, I think these are going to be the first ones to go up. So I don't mind holding this for a little bit longer. Let's see what's going to happen there. Lastly, you see that we have $80 in cash. Not a big deal, right? But I will actually put some money here in April. So I will add some more money to this portfolio. So now that you know that, let me show you the spreadsheet and we'll see what the overall performance of this looks like. So let me dive into the computer here. Let's do a new screen recording and we want to record the whole screen. All right, 3, 2, 1, bam. All right, so this is the spreadsheet where I track everything. And if you look at here, no, let me make it bigger. Let's do 150. So there's my positions there, the same thing that I just showed you in the actual portfolio itself. And my number of shares, which is the same thing that I just showed you in the portfolio. And my average share cost, which I always tell you guys, it doesn't matter what I bought it at. It matters what you buy it at. But I just I'll keep track of this and I just show this to you guys so you guys can see the actual performance of, based on what I got it at. But, the performance is going to be the same. It just depends on where you buy it, like how far down you are or how much up you are. It depends on the price you bought it. But the overall performance, they perform the same percentage every day or whatever, So anyway, if we go over here and look at the returns, we can see here the XDTE is down almost 11% on market return. But I've had this for like a year and a half. So this is over a long period of time. Total return is up 12.18%. Maggie, this is relatively new. It's not brand new, but it's relatively new, but it's down 18.23%, and total return is down 11%. So this one is a negative position. SPYI is also a new position for me, and relatively new. It's not brand new, but pretty new, but it's down 8.5%, and total return is down 5.89%. And we'll see how long I've had these when I get into the other part of the spreadsheet. SGov is slightly up on the market return, 0.25%, and the total return is over 0.75%. SCHX, also a relatively new position for me. So the only long-term position I've had here is XDTE. SCHX is down 7.5% on both the market and the total return. And if we go look at this dividend log, you can see here, this is for 2025. You can see I had XDTE in January 2025. I actually had this in 2024, also a little bit of it. But these positions here, you can see in 2025, none of these other positions paid me any money except for Maggie. I got my first payment from Maggie in December, and that was when I bought this. So it's the second oldest one. And that was, these stocks have been falling since about October or November of 2025. So I got in as they started falling, and I slowly bought a little bit more and a little bit more if they've been falling, but not been buying heavy, because I do believe they will turn around and come back. But I haven't went too crazy on that position. So in 2026 here, we are here in March already. Now you can see here, I've said this many times, but I'll explain it again for you guys in case you're curious. In January, I get this super large payment from XDTE, and this is a one-time deal. Like, they're required by law to actually pay you anything that they held back. They pay every week, right? But when they hold some money back to maintain the NAV, so it doesn't have really bad NAV erosion, but they're required by law to pay that back at the end of every year. And so happened they paid it back. It was actually the first couple of days of January, and so I got that 2025 money that they held back. I got it in January, and that's why you have this large payment here, which is out of the norm. Typically, actually, it usually pays around, look here, like it was paying, I was adding to it up here, but this is where I stopped adding to it. So it was paying over $800 a month, but I haven't added to it really since then, just maybe a couple of shares here and there. But right now, after they had this large payout, the NAV, of course, dropped because they had to take that out of the NAV. And so in order to recover that or to maintain the NAV, they've been paying smaller distributions. So February and March, they've been, keeping the distribution small, especially during this current market time, also because to maintain the NAV and all the downside stuff that's going on right now. So February 6.19, March 6.18. Maggie hasn't done anything like that. I think Maggie just pays everything out, like, they don't hold anything back. And so they've been pretty steady here in terms of the distributions. Sorry, I'll get some water there. As you can see here, 155, 151, 142, the dividends I received every month there. This one also pays every week, by the way, but this is the monthly total. This one right here, actually, I will get one more payment from this one this month on Monday, so we'll add a little bit more to this. SPYI, every single month this pays, and you can see dividends slowly increase, but also increase the shares a little bit. I added just one or two shares here and there on bad days. SGov, you can see this is also a pretty new one. First payment, February, second payment was here in March, $40. And then SCHX is also a brand new position I just got right here in January, pays quarterly. So I should get a dividend this month, I think, but I'm not sure the date, I haven't checked, but I should get a dividend here and next maybe Monday or Tuesday or something like that. So I'm waiting on that to come. So I should get 2 payments here before the month is over. And anyway, for March, we've got 874 so far, 2 more payments coming, maybe $150 from Maggie, something like that, 140, $150. So that's going to put me close to $1,000 for the month. So it's okay, no complaints there. What am I doing right now in terms of the market? What can you do, right? When it's like this, there's really nothing you can do. Just, well, there's things you can do, I guess. You could sell for a loss and, panic, or you can stay in the market. If you, like me, I believe in the S&P 500, and I believe the stocks that I have are pretty good stocks, or some of the best stocks you can get based on my goal. I'm invested in mostly the S&P 500, other than the Magnificent 7, which is the top stocks in the S&P 500. So other than that, I don't really have a lot of huge risk exposure because I'm all in the S&P 500. So I think it's pretty safe for me to just stay where I'm at, add to the portfolio, and average down. But I wouldn't feel comfortable doing that if I had a bunch of stocks that I didn't really know much about or love or really trust, like some of these single stock ETFs. Like some of them, like a lot of these companies, there's so many stocks out there. It's hard to really get an in-depth knowledge on how good the company is, what's really going on in the company, if it's something that you're not like a professional at. And you can watch all the videos you want, and this person hype up this and hype up that. But at the end of the day, you really got to learn about this stuff and figure out which companies are, what they're really doing and which ones really fit your investment style. And if you're like me and you're lazy and you don't want to do all that, the best way to go about it, in my opinion, is diversification through something very simple and like basically timeless, which is the S&P 500. Pretty simple, right? S&P 500, the 500 best stocks. So why not just buy the 500 best and be done with it instead of guessing this one or that one? So that's what I do. So anyway, that's all I got for you guys today. I invest slightly different in my Roth IRA. If you want to see that, I'll make a video about that on my other channel, and maybe I'll post it here on the community tab or something for you guys. And that's really all I got for you guys today, man. I look forward to seeing you guys on the next video, and check out all the links below if you want to check those out. See you next time.